Hello my lovelies, this is Wendy from Woo's Creations, and this video is because I am going off for the night on my usual live night, so this video will play instead of me being here. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to make a couple of cards, but the first one I'm going to make is going to be quite extravagant for me. It's going to be, I've had a play and I've cut out some daisy punches, which I've borrowed off my mum. Thanks, mum. So basically, to create the daisies, all I've done is cut out two, coloured the centre of the one yellow, stuck them together, and then just gently shaped them a little bit, give them a bit of a flick as you go round, and voila. This is going to test me because I'm hoping and praying that the Tombow works on the cork, which I think it will, because it feels porous, so it should work. It should be fine. And then I've got things like these are from the ephemera pack from I think it's not distinctive. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I'll find it in a minute. But that's an ephemera pack that's come from. Then I've cut out of some gold foil paper some of the I have a pot full of bits and pieces here. So basically I grabbed some dies that I thought I could get some good shapes from. So I've used iconic dies. Actually, let me just grab them out and I can show you. So I've used iconic dies. So I've cut out the branch, the fern, I've got a bird, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet, some flowers, and some leaves. I haven't done these flowers because I don't think they go when you're using block flowers like those. So that's that one. I also used, trying to remember which other ones. Oh, these are seasonal basket dies, and I've cut out this one, which actually cuts two separate leaves. So it cuts out this single one here, or double one there, and then like a longer one here. Cuts them separate. And then I've cut some flowers out of those, and I've put the stem onto here, which I will show you now. So you stamp them separate, die cut them separate, and then glue them together, and that's one of my favourite ones. So we've done that from there, and then it was the Forever Flourishing. This is my favourite go-to for like background leaves. So I've used that one and that one, and I have cut a few different shapes of stamped leaves as well, but I don't think I'm going to use them because I like them to sort of go together. So let's get going. So I'm going to start off with my main event, which will be the daisies. Now they just look so stunning, I think, just by themselves, to be honest. So itty bitty bit of glue on there, stick it down, and like a rule of three. So I like to have three. I like odd numbers with gems when I put them on, flowers when I put them on, any shapes and things. And when you're doing a card, I remember Ruth did a video and of the rule of three, that you just block the page into 3 sections, and if you do that, it just always seems to work out right. So let me just have a look. So this one is going to go just now. These will be, put that one a bit too high, I think. I wanted that one to sort of stick out there, but without being out, like so. And then even these, I've cut these out, I stamped and cut these out in, this one is Highland Heather, and I've coloured the centre with Daffodil Delight just to give them a bit of, you know, because otherwise the centres would be white. And I've shaped them, so I've just crumpled them a little bit so they've got a bit of dimension to them. Otherwise they just all look flat, and when you've got 3D flowers, flat flowers just don't seem to cut it. So I'm going to build up most of my flowers first, but that leaf I wanted to get in because it's actually what I'm going to be sticking some of the flowers to. So then we have some purples. I want to put one of these over here. And again, I've just shaped this one a little bit because it is pretty flat anyway. And then we're going to put one of these over here. Okay. I like to put the gold in last because it kind of just builds everything up. This one is going to go here, so it's sort of a line going across the card. That wants to go underneath that flower there, and underneath that flower, like so, so that we don't have gaps with nothing showing, so there's leaves showing behind the petals and things. Then let's do this other purple one I've got here. So I'm going to tuck that in there. And then we've got this one, which I will cut the tip off. I love the Stampin' Up paper snips because they come with this, because the end of this is quite sharp, so you can just pop it back in there when you've used it. Saves anybody being stabbed. I have stuck myself with them a couple of times and it's pretty painful if you ask me. So that's that. I will be adding some gems to this after as well, because obviously what is a card without some gems on it? Oh, I found this other purple one, so this one is going to go, so to balance it out I'm going to pop this one down here. Oh, like so. Right, what have we got left? We've got one more of these leaves, which is going to go down the bottom because we don't have any of these down here. So that's going to go there. I'm going to bend it up a little bit. So then we have those little flowers. We'll add them after because they will add a bit of a feature after. So I'm going to have two ferns, so I'm going to put one. I am going to grab my reverse tweezers because I can lift up things. So blobs of glue on the back of the fern, lift up my petals and slide my fern underneath like so. And this fern will bend in all sorts of directions, so it is, when you cut it out, it does come out like so, but you can actually manipulate it and turn it so it goes the other way if you wanted it to. But this one is going to go up here to balance that one out. Hang on, I'm just going to check because I don't think I need it quite so big, so I'm just going to trim a bit off. Blobs of glue. I think the last few videos I've done, I've gone, this glue is going to run out, and it still hasn't, but today, no, see, it's there again. I always think it's going to run out and it doesn't. So I'm going to put that up there. Then I'm going to add this flower down the bottom here to balance it out a bit more. Now this, see if this will go in there. So I'm going to trim off the stalk because obviously, because I've been gluing things down, things don't slide right underneath like they would if you were practicing before, so don't panic if you have to cut stems off. It's not a problem. Right, I'm going to have to get a new glue out, I think, and then keep this one for when I'm just doing things. It doesn't matter how long it takes me to get the glue out. So let's pop that there. And then if if you want things to be above them or below them, you can always just tuck things above and below, like those petals above the flower. Then we're going to add this one, which again I'll probably have to cut the stalk off, because this one is going to go right up here. Well, I wanted to go right under there, so I'm just going to peel them up a little bit to try and get it to go under enough for what I want. Yeah, that will work. So let's pop a bit of glue on there now. Shaky, shake, shake. I'm just going to leave my glue lying sideways because I know it's running a little bit low. So I'm going to lift these petals up here, and then I can just push that in there like that. Like so. And then we have some little gold embellishments and some little flowers now, just to dot around, just to even it all out. So we're going to add this glue. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to use this because these flowers have little tiny holes in the middle, so when you put the glue on and then you stick your finger on it, it glues your finger. So I'm going to pop that here, and then I'm going to put some little gold berries just coming out there. Don't know if that's going to stick. For some reason it does not want to stick. No, let's put the glue on the cork this time instead. And then I'm going to pop it on, and I'm just going to leave it alone. Well, I'm going to move it to where I exactly want it. And then I'm going to leave it alone. So this one is quite big. So again, I'm going to put a blob of glue on, and then I'm going to pop it on, push it down, and then leave it there to dry. Then we have two little ones, which are going to go here. Hold it down with me tweezers. And then I think we'll put this one here. So you're just looking for little gaps. I'll probably put gems in the middle of these, just so that they're, you know, they're pretty even. So will we get that in there? So I'm going to trim the end off again. Stem. See you later. So a bit of glue on each leaf. I say a bit of glue, a lot came out then, but it's okay. It will live, it will survive, it's alright. Okay, that's that one, and then I've just got two left, which I feel should go there maybe. And we'll have a look and see what else it might need. So what I did is, before I came on, I just have a little sort of, I not throw them on, but I put some flowers on to see what they looked like. and to see what selection of flowers and things I'd want on there. I like that there, and I think we need some more greenery on this side as well. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on there and pop it under there, if it will go under, like so. Put those in my little bin. Okay, how are we looking? So this is what we have. Ooh, it's lovely. Loving that. So then I'm going to grab my embellishments and then see what we've got. I do wonder if these would work in the centres of those. So I'm going to get my take a pic tool. The other thing I am just going to do is just, because my daisy's my centre of attention kind of bit, and I know that they're now glued. I do know that sometimes they get a little bit glued down by some things, so I just like to perk them up a little bit. There we go. Obviously, if you were going to send this card, I would use this as a wedding card probably. You could put a sentiment across here or a small one across there. But it would need its own 3D box or 3D envelope if you were going to send it through the post. Oh, it doesn't want to be stuck on a flower. Well, sorry mate, you're gonna be. So okay, one more for over here. So that's that. What else have we got? We have some of those. We have 2 of those left. And oh, we do have these. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is use... Can't seem to pick them up today. Use them in the middles. I might use a paler. Right, okay, we're going to change ends of the pick tool because it's not enjoying it at the minute. That's a bit big for there. So I'll put that one on there, and then I'll take a little teeny weeny one and place it on here. There we go. So you could put them on the middles of these, but I think they look, I like my daisies just like that. So let's just move our gems back out of the way. Don't have a lot of gems at the minute. I'm going to need some more. Put our pick tool back together. So then I couldn't decide what base to put it on, and I was going to put it on a gold foil base, but I don't have any gold foil left. Well, not big enough anyway, in one sheet. So I'm thinking that would look really nice. So let's have a little go with that. Let's get me... So on this I'm going to score at 14.5, and then I am going to fold in half. I'll get there in a minute when I work out what I'm doing. Fold it in half and then trim off the little bit, because if you know me, you know I don't like those points, whatever measurements. Leaves too much room for me to make a mistake. So there we go. So I did cut this piece of cork which will be in the new catalogue, which launches on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. Or was it Tuesday? Could be Tuesday. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that on there. Now, I am going to grab the new glue. The new glue. I did think about using tear and tape, but I don't want to turn that over upside down and stick tape all over it. So. Here we go. Nice new glue. So gently turn it upside down. And I'm going to get my... Oh, do you know, I love it when I get a new glue out. The bottle feels lovely and clean, and it comes out so smooth. Don't worry, by this time next week, I'll have made a mess of the bottle. Right, so when you're sticking it down, make sure you check which way the card opens, because I've been known to do that before. Glue it on the wrong side. Although, to be fair, you could probably turn this card upside down and the flowers would still look alright. So there we go. We're going to glue that onto there. Now, the only thing I'm missing, and I don't have any because the ones I did have retired, I would have made little bunches of like twine and just put them in and mix them in a bit. But I don't have any. But it still looks beautiful. So if you were going to put a sentiment on it, I mean, you could. So, right, what I need to do now is the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a piece of basic white. So that I can do a liner, because obviously being gorgeous grape cardstock, it's not going to show up if you put your sentiment and your whatever's on there. So I'm just going to move the card out of the way for a second while I trim up a piece of basic white. So I'm going to cut it, because my card base is 14.5 by, yeah. Oh dear. Right, 21. So 21. It's not 10.5 though, is it? Do you know what? My brain has just gone completely doolally up. Okay, so this piece needs to be 14. When I remember, I'll tell you. Ah, now I get it. Okay, so this side then, I will, the card is 21 centimeters long by 14.5 wide. So the piece of cardstock I need to trim up needs to be 20.5 centimeters by 14, so that I have a smidgen of a border all the way around. But obviously that would be boring. So to do my cork, when I measured it before, I had to trim off this edge, which happens to be maybe a little bit long, but you know, it's all right. Maybe it's not long enough. No, it's perfect. Oh, perfect size. So I thought, to get it to match the outside of the card, you could put that on it. And then if it's a wedding card, you could put, where is my Forever Fern? And you can put love and laughter forever after. Let's just get my block, put my stamp on there, and I'm going to use Evening Evergreen, because why not? Right, find the middle, concentration, try not to get my head in the way, but also for you to be able to see me do it. Hold it there for a few seconds, don't push down too hard, otherwise you'll end up with smudgy letters. So that's that. Then I'm going to grab, because we've used Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, I'm going to grab Highland Heather. I'm just going to wipe that stamp. Well, maybe not. My chamois gone dry. Okay, we're just going to leave that there to so I can rewash my chamois and get it sorted. I'm trying not to make any smudges on here because it's a wedding card. You can't be doing with smudges. Okay, so then what you could do is grab your Season's Blessings and this one. So I'm going to do that. Now I need a piece of scrap paper. This will do. And I'm going to put that on there like that. And that there like that. Okay, then that will go for cleaning. And then I'm going to grab the stalk that goes with this one and grab Soft Succulent. Like so. Stamp it off and then aim it as best you can on there. Hold it down for a second or two, lift it up. Now this time I really want it to go and bend the other way, so I've done that. Stamp it off. So because it's photopolymer, you can bend it the opposite way. So then I'm going to line it up. So I would normally get right over this, but obviously I don't want to get in your way. Pop that on there like that. And then you have your inside. I mean, if you're feeling totally extravagant, you could put some dottage on it, which Forever Fern just happens to have the most amazing dottage. So it's stamping in there, just checking it on a piece of scrap paper. Stamp it off. There you go. So let's get this glued in. Put that away before disaster happens. So we're going to glue this up like so. And we're going to place it where I put the card. There we go. That helps if I remember where I put it. Open this up. And then it should have a nice little border all the way around. You have your elements from the front of your card on the inside. I think I need to change the blade on my trimmer. And there we go. Ta-da! When I find my Wink of Stella, I probably will add some Wink of Stella, but it's gone AWOL and I don't quite know where it's gone. But because the card is so pretty, you don't really need to put a sentiment on the front of it. Unless you really wanted to, you could fit one on there, but I'm not going to, because whoever gets it will know, and they can also keep it afterwards. You can put it any which way you like, really. Yeah, they could frame it even. So that's card number one. So the other cards now are just going to be like on a smaller scale. Let me just take a sip of my drink. On a smaller scale, but just as you know, just as beautiful. And you could make a few of these at the same time. So we've got, this is Pale Papaya, and we have some more daisies, What else have we got? We've got lots of leaves and things, so I'm just going to lay them out a bit up the right way. And I've even got a couple of bird houses in here, and I've coloured a bird, little robin. So I think I like the base colour, but I don't like blank background. So I'm just going to see if we have quite like that. What else have we got? Pattern clarity. So, stripy background, maybe, or a green background, maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to grab out Pattern Party because it is a huge pack, and this isn't even all of it because I've left some as 12 by 12 just in case I want them. So we have a numerous amount of, I quite like that. Yeah, so that's going to be one, and actually I think I've got a smaller piece here. So that's going to be the one card, and then I want to show you what you can do with, let me see what this looks, see if I like this, because I have to auction them. No, I have to trial them. Don't even know where auction came from. Nope, don't like that. What else have we got? Stripes. What about some spots? Yep, quite like that too. So we're going to go with those. Just pop these back in my makeshift little paper pack. So we're going to trim these pieces down. So this one I'm going to measure at 14 by 10 because my card base is 14.5 by 10.5. And the same for the spotty one. And I want my stripes going down, so 10 by 14 on that one, and then this will go in my little scrap box, and these other pieces will go for other cards. Right, so we'll do one at a time. So let's just move those two out of the way for a second. Now, I think I might glue this straight onto here. No, we don't do that, just in case I want to bring some ribbon in. Let's have a look. One up there, one down there. Nope, don't like that. What about a branch? No. So we could go with like, I want to make this one quite simple, and we'll have a sentiment going across the bottom, possibly with a bit of ribbon if I can find one that's the right colour or goes with the colour scheme I would like for it. So we could do that. Oh, must be glue on my finger. Or do we need that over there? See, I'm still learning all this balancing balancing thing. So, oh, underneath there. Yeah, I quite like that. Just like that. It's pretty. So I'm going to glue my daisies on. Might have been a bit much glue, but it's okay. It's alright, it's alright. So in my little stash over here, trying to decide, I think that's discontinued actually. I have a new gold and a golden red, but the golden red won't go with it. And I thought I had, oh, got a bit of fresh freesia left. A little tiny bit of gold thread. I have lots of ribbon, but most of them are not. They're all things I've collected before I did Stampin' Up. So, okay, so there's not really any, there's no fresh freesia in this card. So I'm not going to use it, basically. So what we could do, if we wanted to actually get the fresh freesia to make sense on the card, we could add a couple of little flowers. But do I want to save that? I wanted this one to be simple. It's going to stay simple. It's staying simple. So do we think we should use some gold maybe? I thought I had some fresh freesia ribbon left as well, but you can't find it. Oh, found some more. Oh, actually fresh freesia would have been, the pale papaya would have been on here, so that's not going to work. But I think we could get away with evening evergreen maybe, or some soft succulent. Just going to move these around a bit so I can see what we've got. Little birdhouse. Nope. This is the process I did before, because if I'd done the whole process of making the big card on the video, it would have taken the whole video. So I want this one to be simple. I want something across here. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of using ribbon, I'm going to actually get, I'm just going to see if I've got a piece of scrap pale papaya. Right, that's a piece of pale papaya. And the way to get around it is if you just trim a piece of card. So I'm going to make it 2 centimeters wide, and then it needs to be 10 centimeters to go across the card. So put that in my scrap. So that will go across there like that, and then you put white, basic white on top with your stamped sentiment. So in my scrap box I have pieces like this. I'm just going to tidy the edge of that though, because no, maybe I won't use that one because it's got a bit of a mess on it. Okay, let's have a look. What shall we stamp on here? So I can glue these leaves and that down now. So pop that, some glue there and some glue there and some glue just there, and then lift up my petals and pop that under there like so. Oh, that just looks too cute. But you know, you don't have to have a lot of flowers either. I mean, you know, just a couple of flowers and then sort of a few leaves, or even just one leaf for each flower would have been enough. But these two leaves come from the iconic dies. And you can layer these ones as well. You can just layer them on top of each other. So I'm just going to glue this on here. Okay, like so. Oh, If I can get it to look even, that would be great. There we go. Oh, not quite dry yet, and I just knocked it. There we go. Oh, it's looking stinking cute. Right. So that's going to go across there. This is such a simple card. Honestly. Now, what you could do, if you're feeling, you know, not brave, but if you want to be a bit more decorative, you could use Lovely Labels dies. Now, have I got them the right width? Well, what I normally do now is open it. That would be a good start. And then when I get it inside, I even it up myself. Now, you can cut it so that it is the right width to slide in. But I very rarely get that right. So I'm just going to do either end of this with my Lovely Labels punch. Don't know why I said dies, because it's not a die, it's a punch. And then you only have a little tiny bit of wastage. And then the white, what I'm going to do is pop it back in again, and actually it does fit. Although I didn't measure how wide it was, did I? That helps. It helps, it helps, it helps. So if I cut it to maybe there, and then place it in the punch, slide it all the way in. I like to turn it over so I can just check it's lining up straight, and then turn it round, put it back in. I like these guides though, because it does help you to keep it straight, because it guides your paper. So there we go. So I'm going to stamp on this one, and then that will sit very nicely on there. So what are we going to say on this one? Let's have a look. What have we got here that we're using at the moment? Season's Blessings? No, that doesn't really go with daisies, does it? Okay, that's not going to work. So maybe we'll just do, I think that, will it fit? No. It's got such beautiful font that it's got lots of wispy bits, and that will just not fit. So it's up to you. You can always make this thicker. I've just used a piece of scrap, so if I was going to do it, probably I would actually make it the right width. So I don't know whether you, in what context you would say on the front of a card, "So glad you're here." Not entirely sure, to be honest. Right, let's have a look what else we've got. What else do we use? This is just silly, isn't it? Will that fit on? Probably not. It will. I love this statement on this. I will show you in just 2 shakes of a cat's tail. Pop that on there nice and straight. And then we will grab our Evening Evergreen again. It's now my favourite. Besides, say, I don't know, Night of Navy or Blackberry Bliss, it's now fast becoming my favourite colour to stamp sentiments, because black's boring. Now, I haven't got my head over this. Hang on. Probably get really loud now for a second while I'm trying to line this up. As long as I've put my stickers on right, we're all right, guys. Yay! Whoop whoop! everyone do the happy dance. You can tell that doesn't go well for me most of the time, can't you? Okay, new glue, come on. There we go. So I'm going to glue that on there. Okay, like so. Which I'm going to, ooh, I'm not going to move it that much. So try and get it central-ish as best you can, as best as I can, because my eyes aren't the greatest. That's going to go on there, and I'm going to put that on some dimensionales. And I think I only need 3. I don't know whether I'm just being a bit, you know, maybe I'll just put another one there. It's being a bit skimpy, a bit tight with the old dimensionals then, but you know, it didn't work. I needed to see. Now I like the way this is quite a simple. No, Wendy, it needs to be in the middle and it needs to be level from the bottom. There we go. So that is card number 2. So what you can do is, like, I've fussy cut the birdhouses, but most of the other things that I have here, like the daisies are punches, this is from Forever Flourishing dies, this is from Season's Blessings dies, you know, and then just cut out a load of things and stick them in. I've got these little tubs. They're pretty cheap, really. I think they were like 99p or something. And then just cut a load of things and shove them in the tub. And then you've got lots to play with then. So that's that one. But I will put some gems on this one. And I'm going to go with... He's going to go with a nice yellow one. And a nice... sort of medium green, but also smaller there. And then I'm going to do the same at the other end, up here. Slightly different shade of green, I think. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab 2 teeny weeny two teeny weeny greens to put one there, and oh, thrown them everywhere now. I think the pick tool would have been better for these little tiny baby gems. And these are matte, so they're not shiny, but they're just so pretty. Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Right, that's card number 2. And then for card number 3, we are going to just put that away before I... So what I normally do is just tidy up a little tiny bit between cards, because otherwise you can get really cluttered. By the time you get to card number 3 or 4, oh, stuff everywhere. Right, so we've got our card base. We have our matte layer, because nobody likes a boring background. And I like to have a matte layer on a card anyway, because it also makes the card a bit sturdier. So are we going to go with daisies again? But I think I have this little idea in my brain that I'm going to make it so that the foliage comes up from the bottom and then there's a birdhouse and possibly a bird. So I am going to glue this down because I will not be putting ribbon on it, I don't think. If I do, I will be showing you what I do if I do. And I've already glued it down, because there is ways around everything. Nothing is ever wrong. I don't think you can do things wrong on a card. You can make little minor errors, but they can be fixed or helped or something. So we could, I'm just thinking from the bottom going up, put a couple of these. I'll glue them on and then I will just trim off all the bottom. and maybe a couple of these. We're just going to see what this looks like, guys, because I'm not sure. Totally not sure. Don't like that. And maybe that one there. We have a couple of these, so we could have that right down the bottom maybe, because then the birdhouse could come up there like that and then put your sentiment across the top. You could still have a daisy on there. And then we do have 3 other flowers. Oh, and a little pale papaya one left. I think it's the branches that are putting me off. So we're just gonna... Oh, maybe we could put that there. No, because then we won't have anywhere to put our sentiment. Sentiment, not sentiment, sentiment. So I'm going to put that like that with a daisy. And daisy on there. Do you want a big daisy? No, big daisy's too much, isn't it? How about maybe if I do that, then place that on top. This is not working for me. It's not working for me. So maybe what we could do is place that there and place that there, like so. We also have a couple of small ones, which is, I'm happy to have them quite low down, like so. So we'll have these coming out from the side. Look, we're getting there now, guys. Sorry, keeping you all hanging around while I make decisions. Okay, so we'll have that one that tall. Now we do have these, which do go. Like that. Maybe put them right down the bottom. And then we'll have the daisy. The daisy can go there in the corner. And sometimes you might need to cut a few more flowers or something. But I think we'll put those on there. And then I've got one more of these, which could go there. And we do have some leaves. No, they don't go because they're just too big. I think maybe we'll put that one there. And then this little flower can go up there. And then we'll have a birdhouse coming out of the foliage there. I mean, if I need to cut some more flowers, I could. Or maybe just one more daisy. Or do we need to bring this down a little bit like that? So that it's not quite so tall. Yeah, I quite like that because the leaves look like they're with the flowers there. And this little one can go just there anywhere. Like so. Right, so we're going to do that. We're going to go with it and then we're going to make it, we're going to make this work. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. So I'm going to put glue at the top and a little bit on the stem because I don't think this one was going to be quite that tall, was it? But I don't want to glue the leaves down because I want it to stick up a little bit. So we need them up a little bit more. So there would be great. So then, just going to pick up my card and cut across there. Does make the leaf fall off, which I'm just gonna glue it back in. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to glue it so it sort of sticks up there. So you've got a bit of background in the corner. Then we're going to do this one, which is going to be going a slightly higher. So I'm just going to cut the very bottom of that off. Bit of glue on the leaf, bit on the stem. There we go. So it's going to go in there like that. Then we have this one, which is going to come in like that. The flower is going to be on the top of that one. See, this won't look the same as what I just did when I did the demo bit, because it never does. Okay, so then we're going to have this one coming up there. And then maybe that one there. Does that work? I think that works, doesn't it? So, whoops. This one was going to go right down here at the very bottom. And then this one was going to go here. Oop, a bit more glue on there. So that can come up there like that. So then we can put that there, and that should be like that. Maybe these will look better now with these already in. I need me tweezers, I'm not grabbing things properly. So maybe that could be tucked in. No. Okay, so I'm going to put this flower there. And I don't mind if I can see the dotty through it, because the dotty piece is so pretty. So this is going to go here. So are we all glued down now? No, this one isn't, is it? So that one's going to go there. So I think our birdhouse will go over here now. That's going to go on dimensionals, but I also need some sort of something to stand it on. So we are going to have a look in my little scrap box. What colour's the other side? Let's have a look. It's a happy scrap box. It doesn't have any dark browns or... Oh, I know what I do have. Where did I put that? Yeah, now I want it. I can't find it. So, you know, that's not going to work. So, what if we did... I don't think it needs to be quite this wide. I don't know how well it... Well, actually, do you know what? It's not going to be perfect anyway, because it's a stick. So, you know, how straight is a stick? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make it slightly browner. I'm just going to grab my, is it bronze? And you probably won't see it on camera, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of a grain effect. Work out how long we want it. So about that long. So I think it'll fit in. Okay, so the stick is going to be glued down, and then the birdhouse is going to be on some dimensionals. So I'm just going to put some glue onto the stick and then stick the stick in. And I like the fact you can see the stick behind the leaves, like so. Dimensionals again, I think we'll only need 2, one at the top and one at the bottom. I think I need to fill it out a bit, so I'm just going to have a little play with that in a second, because I don't like how sparse it is. So we're going to trim off the bits that are excess, like so, trying to line it up roughly with the bottom of the paper, like so. So maybe we could use, oh, I found another flower as well, so I'll use that in a minute. Maybe glue some of these on at the very bottom. Or how about some of that on there. Just so it looks like it's got, you know, foliage all the way across the bottom. I think they just look a bit, ooh, or we could pop our bird there. I like to put them down and then just have a little look. Stand back and just have a little look at it. I quite like that there. So Mr. Birdie. Now Mr. Birdie, Caden says it's the bird's dead because it's the bird's skeleton. Which we all know it isn't. The poor little thing is not dead. But yeah, he's like, well, it looks like a skeleton, so how can it be an alive bird? Which, you know, fair play to him. Oh, I've let this dry up a bit too much on the top. So popping a bit of glue on. I say a bit, probably a bit too much glue. So I'm just going to stick him down on here. There we go. Right, so that's that. That there. Right, so hold it up away from you. Right, so that looks good to me. So I'm just going to gather up all my other cuttings and things. Nope, that's going to go in the bin because I've chopped its top off. Put these back in my little box. See, I try to tidy up a little bit as I go, because otherwise it just gets in a big mess. Okay, so now we need a sentiment for here. So I'm going to grab, I'm going to put I think we'll go with hello. Look, my stamps need, when my stamps need cleaning, they tell me. So when I put my stamps away and then I go to get them back out, because they stand up on my shelf, they fall apart. So I want a frilly edged pale papaya piece. So that's that bit. And then I need, oh actually we could use, I'll end up with a frilly edge one of these as well, but I don't need that. But we'll just pop it in my little box for another day. And then I'm going to put my, it's not going to fit. Okay, so that's not going to work for me. Hello, it's not going to work. Will birthday wishes fit? Trouble is now, I put it on spotty paper. Oh no, it will fit. Okay, we're going to go with that. So I need my smaller block. That on there. Even an evergreen, but I've got to make sure I stamp it up really well. Ink it up really well, I meant, not stamp it up. Ink it up really well. And then I'm just going to stamp that on there. Like so. And then that will be layered onto here. Nope, don't like it. See, this is what we do. I just realised that I did that thinking that it was going to match the background paper, but nuh-uh. Right, so I'm just going to cut another piece. So I'm just grabbing a piece of white. I suppose it will go with my daisy, won't it? So we'll stamp birthday wishes again. Ink it up nicely. Like so. Look at that. Perfect. That is going to be glued onto there. And then I might use a little bit of ribbon. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm going to use a piece of fresh freesia. I think that will be plenty. Right, let's have a look. So I'm going to glue this on here. Get that as middle as possible without smudging. So that is going to go there. So then I just need to work out how I'm going to do the ribbon on it. Should we do the ribbon? No, not that way. That way looks a bit daft, to be fair. So that way. Like that. Yeah. So I'm going to put some dimensionals onto here. Two, three. Now I want to try and get it so that it will sit a bit tidier. Like that. I will be trimming the end off. Right, so take these bits off, gather those up, put them in my little bin. I have a new little bin, which comes in very handy. Then I'm going to pop it on there, and then onto my card like so. Okay, so completely missed the dimensional with the ribbon. Have that got it now? Still no. So I'm going to do it there and there. Still moving, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneaky a small dimensional, a mini dimensional. So I'm just going to grab it with my tweezers, and then I'm just going to lift it up and then pop it in there, and that will hold my ribbon in place. There we go. So we need some gems, don't we? Gems. I'm really loving these matte ones, although those are pretty, these are pretty spectacular. They're like iridescent sequins, or maybe we need some glistening on this one. Maybe. That's it, throw it away. Right, so we need some centers for our fleurs. There we go, little one in that one. And I'm going to put a pink one, if I can pick it up, on that one. Okay, so we'll go with that. These are the like evening evergreen, and then just one on there like that, and we are done. Right, so we have 3 cards, which is what we would have done if we were all together. Although, did I do the insides of these? No, I didn't. So what I would do is grab a piece of the dotty paper and somehow put it on the inside. So what we could do is get the trimmer. I quite like making the insides match, but you can just write on these, so you don't need to do anything too extravagant with the inside. So that one will have a piece of spotty paper on this side, but I will be moving it away from the edge because it is slightly shorter. So I'm going to give it the same border all the way around. And then with this one, I'm just wondering how thick a piece we could get. So that one we could do that with that one, possibly. I'll trim the other side off as well, I think. So there we go. So you could have 2 strips. So we'll have a little go with that now and see how we go. So this one says birthday wishes. So on the inside, let's just glue this down. Okay, I'm going to glue this down here. Okay. And then on this one, I'm going to do them the full length so that, and then I can just trim off the excess at the top. And I think I'm just going to put this one right next to it so it looks thicker. So making them meet right next door, and I think it just looks like one piece of paper instead. And then you just turn it over and trim off the excess, and you have your little liner piece there. So I'm not going to stamp the inside because when nothing goes right, go left. I love that sentiment. That is from Light-Hearted Lines in the main catalogue. We have Pale Papaya cardstock, daisy punches, iconic dies, and this is Pattern Party paper, which you can get if you spend £150. You can get it as your host gift. Okay, and then we have this one. This one has got there's a few in this one, I'm sorry. It's garden birdhouses, which is where the birdhouse comes from, so you don't have to add the birdhouse, it's fine. The daisy punch again. Then we have the Seasons Blessings stamp set, and the dies are seasonal basket dies. There is some baskets in there, so you could have put a basket down here. And then the first card we made, that's on Pale Papaya again, the base, and then there's this one. So we have number 1, number 2, and number 3. So they're all really different, but it's just all about layout and colour coordination and things. But generally with Stampin' Up, you can't really clash colours. There are a few colours that might clash, but I haven't found that yet. So there we go. So just a couple of things. The new catalogue launches on Tuesday. It is Tuesday, I've just checked. The 3rd of August. And that is the mini catalogue. I can't show you the inside, sorry, till Wednesday. But I might go live on Wednesday and let you have a sneaky peeky. If you haven't already got one, let me know and I can send you one. And then this is the Celebration catalogue, and these are items that you can get for free. We normally, Stampin' Up, only do one celebration a year from January to, is it March, I think? So they don't usually do one from August to September, but they are. So from the 3rd of August to 30th of September, we'll be running the Celebration brochure. There's some nice sheep, and there's lots of, there's beautiful things in here, including this glitter paper. None of the glitter comes off. It does say do not cut with your dies too often. So if you use it a couple of times, that's fine, but don't do it too often because it can blunt your dies. So yeah, so we have the 2 new catalogues launching on Wednesday. I will be highlighting some of the new stamp sets, some of the new free items you can get. So you can get, there are certain stamp sets that you get free with a £45 order, and then there are a few like bonus ones that are bigger sets, like a stamp set that's bigger, and that will be a £90 spend. Now if you're going to be spending £90, you could spend an extra £9 and join Stampin' Up. You don't have to be a demonstrator, but if you consistently spend around £100 a month, or 6 to 8 weeks ish, then it's worth joining, because you do get discount on every order that you then place. And you also get things early, so we've been able to order from the mini catalogue on pre-order since the beginning of July. So you would be able to do that too. It's so exciting. So there we go. So I'm so sorry I'm not here. I am away at a young carer's big weekend, and I will try and do a live this week coming. I know Ruth is away on holiday, so I might try and do a live then. So there we go. And thank you so much for watching. I think that's everything I needed to tell you. I do have a video coming with my new cloche dies, and you can get these dome cloches. This card, I haven't done it, it's not very straight, so I'm going to do it again. But yeah, this is new papers and new stamp set, new dies, and this cloche one is pretty awesome because there are 2 stamp sets in the new catalogue that go with these cloche dies. So I'm ordering the other one very soon, so I'll be highlighting that one as well. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to join my Woo's Creators Corner or find me on Facebook at Woo's Creations, don't forget to give this video a like and a follow or a subscribe, and if you click the bell you can press all and you'll see every video that I upload. It will notify you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.